He's coming. I thought I saw him. We're pausing for our attorney. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we just did make it. Brett, did anyone call in?
That's honestly. She did.
Not a- Okay. So, pull your mic down. Okay, good morning. Ready? Good morning. I'd like to call the court board for August 14, meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Harrington, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mr. Gonzalez, Miss Marsh,
Here.
Miss Roby,
Here.
Miss Rodabaugh, Miss Collis,
Here.
Miss Calnan, and Madam Chair, Mrs. Himes.
Here.
I think I got everybody.
Okay. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes? If so, do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion that we accept the minutes.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved in second, and Mr. Gonzalez is here.
Just walked in.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And Mrs. Rodabaugh had called and said she would not be present.
Okay. Good morning.
She got me sitting over there.
Yeah, this way. Yes.
What was it next to her?
Okay.
You can sit.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Let's sit down.
We're gonna change the name.
Okay.
I thought I was giving a message or something. I want to sit over there.
Sorry.
How are you?
There is a motion on the floor for the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Is there a disclosure of ex parte communication? Okay. Our announcements, please.
Yes, ma'am. The board needs to accept the recognition of Mr. Harrington. Let's see.
He's not doing too
Resignation.
You resign.
His resigning.
Yeah. Yes. Can I get a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion to accept the resignation of Mr. Neil Harrington.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by aye. Okay. Okay.
Okay, and page 6. Case number 16. CEB 0825 133 437 Lockhart will be via Zoom. Page 7. Case 19. CEB 0825 135 830 Berkshire Road, also via Zoom. And those are my announcements. Case number 16. CEB.
Okay. He's back here. Madam Secretary, can we have all of our code officers please stand, be sworn in?
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Okay. Here's our procedures. We will be calling cases by number, and for the most part, in order as they are listed on the agenda. If there are any attorneys or policemen present, we will hear their cases first. When your case is called, please come forward and be sworn in. State your name and address for the record. If you are not the owner of the property, please state your relationship to the owner. Our proceedings are recorded, so please speak directly into the mic. The board hears from the code officers first, and then you will be given the opportunity to respond. Please direct all responses to the board. Witnesses may also testify following the same procedure. Are there any attorneys or policemen present? Okay, no.
Madam Chair, before you go forward, I'm going to ask everybody to please silence their phones.
Yeah.
Put them on silence, please. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. First is a lien review. Case number CEB 02-20-33, Jackson TL Trust, Defin L. Jackson Trust, True Vine Temple. We have okay. Mr. Gonzalez.
Garcia.
Mr. Garcia. I would
We all
love
might
to
look
do that.
alike, but we all right.
Okay.
Good morning.
Is he here? Yeah. Oh, that was the,
The lien review is their request. So if we want to bring it back, if you want to do that, give them time to show up.
I
Because right,
thought they were here. Okay.
357 Rose Street. Yes, you can come on up, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Would you turn and be sworn in, please? Would you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Will you state your name for the record?
Timmy Jackson.
And you are, ma'am? Okay. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Would you like to say anything or tell us?
What, sirs and madams, we the trustees for this property, previous to us coming back into authority of it, we had someone there assisting and overseeing the property. They became ill, and still yet they were still trying to do the property and take care of the business of the property until their demise. And then once they demise, we took back over the property, and then we discovered that there was a lien on the property with situations that we corrected.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Sykes, if this was reviewed, does he have it? Okay. Okay, we're now here for Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Garcia. Okay.
On July 12, 2019, Inspector Collins issued a notice of violation for damages of the roof, fascia, peeling paint, dirt, and grime. Case was transferred to Inspector Fitzgerald, where the property was to be in compliance by January 3rd, 2020. The inspection was done on January 3rd, 2020, and found in non-compliance. Case was sent to the code board on February 13, 2020, and found in non-compliance in order to be in compliance by March 4, 2020. On March 12, 2020, the property owner received a fine of $100 a day for non-compliance. The owner was not present, and I was contacted by the owner to do a reinspection on March 10, 2024, and another one on March 28, 2024, finding them both in non-compliance. On April 14, 2025, a reinspection was conducted where the property was then found in compliance. With that, staff's request is recommending that the fine be reduced from $26,215.39 to $5,000 to be paid within 30 days or not revert to the original amount.
Okay. Are there any questions from the board?
Yeah, I have a question. This case has been going on for 5 years, seems like. Yeah. So, why has it been 5 years since you gave it attention?
As I mentioned, the person that was taking care of the property and overseeing the ministry, they were sick, and that did not inform us of the compliance problem, the issue. And so when they demised, then we was notified that there was a lien on the property, and so then we corrected the issue.
So before they demised, you all were part of the property anyway, right?
Say it again, please.
Before this person demised, you all were in charge of the property anyway.
Well, we were doing another ministry in D-Land, and they were overseeing the ministry here in Daytona. And they did not notify us that there was a lien on the property or there was an issue with the city that they were not in compliance to the code.
Can I ask when she passed away or they passed away?
Prior in early part of 24, July.
I have a question. During that 5-year period, you folks never visited the property and saw the decay as it was continuing? You know, the property not being cared for?
We let her handle the issues there, and we just kind of like stayed away and did the ministry over there in D-Land.
So am I hearing you saying that, in other words, you were at another church? She had control of the present church?
Correct.
Right. We have a recommendation from the city.
I just had a question. When did you resume, principal ownership or on presence of that property?
In 24.
24, and you brought it into compliance?
Well, we attempted, and as we was going on, that's why we was calling the inspector to
Okay.
see whether or not we was in compliance. And he notified us that there was still some other issues. So as he inspected it, we began to start making corrections, and finally we got it in compliance.
Okay, so as of today, it's in compliance,
Correct.
and your only purpose here is to ask for lien reduction?
Correct.
And we have an offer from the city there.
So I like to check with the city. So it is in compliance now?
Yes.
Okay.
And your offer is
Was to be
5.
reduced down to 5,000.
Can I ask why? 5,000?
Well, that's all our costs that we put into all re-inspections, the notices and the postings and the 10% and everything that the city was involved in.
Oh, wow. Sorry about that. But I turned it
Do
on.
I have a motion?
I make a motion that we reduce the lien to $5,000 in case number CEB 02-20-33 Jackson TL Trust, Delphine J. Jackson Trust, True Vine Temple Ministries, Inc., to be reduced to the amount of $5,000, subject to being paid within 30 days, or the fine will revert back to the original amount. If you run into any problem in making payment during that time, you will need to contact the city's attorney's office immediately.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. It has been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Oppose.
Okay. One opposed. We have accepted the city offer of $5,000. You have 30 days to make this payment. If not, it's going to revert back to the $26,000. So please stay in touch with Mr. Garcia and let him know. Thank you. Okay. We now have our continued cases. Case number 1, CEB 042579, Gary E. Holt, 524 Butler Boulevard. Mrs. Quinn. Okay.
Good morning.
Mr. Holt, would you? Okay, he's ready.
Will you state your name? Thank you. And do you swear or affirm that the testimony about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Good morning. Inspector Quinn, my credentials are on file. The respondent was first notified on December 12, 2024. Since the last hearing, I have had contact with the property owner. The property is still occupied at this time. Since the last hearing, the owner has been working with the permits and licensing to get the permit for the siding for the back of the house completed. And recommends amending to the September cutoff to allow that
Okay.
to have time to work through the process.
You asked him to amend it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I would, in the interest of my safety, well, not my safety, but the safety of the neighbors in the community around that property, which was my stepdaughter's house, and when she passed, I had a second trustee, and that's why I have it. The back room was demolished, damaged severely, and on approximately June 25th, because of COPD, which is not relevant to this, but I wake up very early, 2, 3 in the morning, wondering what I'm going to do about it. So when the paramedics were taking me to the Advent Hospital, I told my grandson, please call and have them knock that down, because 2 reasons. One is it's unfenced, open access for other people to walk in, and I believe this inspector has a picture of what the inside looked like, but it was a dangerous place for them to be in, and there was no fence. So they did, and I did it without, I was in the process of getting a permit. I was waiting for calls from the permit office and FPL in order to complete that permit process. But I did it without a permit, knowing good and well that I would be penalized for doing that, but I wanted to get it done. So this is all true. So I went back in after I got back out and said, I need to get a permit to finish the walls on these. They said, you can't get a permit until it's called a permit for after the fact demolition. So I said, okay. They said, first thing you have to do is sign one of these. This stipulates that as the owner, if I pull a permit, now if anyone else pulls a permit, it's okay, but if I pull a permit as the owner, I am not allowed to sell or rent the property for a period of 1 year after the permit process has been completed and approved, which I would address that issue only from the standpoint that Inspector Itani is here, can tell you what it was like on a property that my stepson owned that I didn't buy, he bailed on, at 534 Pine Street, where I had 6 people in there busting out windows, and I don't see why I should be penalized for repairing my property to where I have to leave it vacant and idle. Now, this is not an issue you all can decide. I'm meeting with my attorney again on Tuesday of next week to discuss some alternate plan. But if I spend a lot of money and time and effort to complete this property, I have to leave it vacant for a period of years. And Inspector Quinn can testify. The reason I was initially cited.
Okay, excuse me, Mr. Holt. You did say that you're meeting with your attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
And Inspector Holt has asked for, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am. I've
The
asked
next cutoff?
The next cutoff to
Yes.
allow him to work through that
Okay.
process.
Right, she had, yeah,
Okay,
she
I
has
understand
asked,
explain how
she
frustrating
has
this
asked
can be.
for you to do that, okay? Is there a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion that we accept the city's recommendation to amend the decision on this case till our next meeting.
Okay.
Thank you all very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Second.
okay.
The vote.
Just a minute. We got to vote, yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, okay. Okay, we'll now have case number 2, CEB 0725124, Smither Vargas, 347 South Martin Luther King Boulevard. Is Mr., okay, good morning.
Morning.
Okay.
My name is Darrell Lucas.
Would you be sworn in, Mr. Lucas? Thank you.
Can you state your name for the record
Darrell Lucas.
and your relations to this case?
I'm on contract. She hired me last week to help her get it straightened out.
Okay. When you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear or affirm that testimony about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Just for the record, can you repeat your relationship? Not sworn.
Contract.
He's the contract. Okay. Is this going?
Okay, first notification was, this was a citizen's complaint case. First notification was 4/30/2025. Since the last hearing, I've not had any contact. The only progress that was done without a permit. So if you look at the pictures, that's what it was. And then you can see they had stairs and a railing and exterior walls, all without a permit. So that's the only unpermitted work was done without a permit. That's all that was done. So with
So
being
just
said,
that up there
Yeah.
was done without?
that was all done since the first notice. That was done without a permit. And so staff is recommending a fine of $100 a day to a max of $15,000.
Okay. Mr. Lucas, do you?
Like I said, she just hired me last week to try to get all this straightened out. So, I mean, I really don't know what to say. I think it's more of a language barrier. She's a nurse at Halifax. So she do a lot of work, and so it's hard for her to get around and understand the significance of what needed to be happen, what needed to happen. And I think it got a lot to do with the language barrier because she thought she just needed to fix it. But I told her that, informed her that she had to have a permit in order to fix those things. So I will be in the process of submitting an after-fact permit for it and try to continue everything until we get it done.
So you didn't actually do that work that was done?
I would move that we accept the city's recommendation of $100 a day fine until they come into compliance up to $15,000. And that we review it again in our next meeting.
They're fine, they don't get reviewed, but I'll second.
It has been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Lucas, it has been moved in second that there will be a fine of $100 per day until it's corrected. And asked you to stay in touch
Yes.
with the officer. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Okay.
Can I get
Sarah.
You talk to your client in the form of the lien response, witness case. After she gets the client, she could apply for that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll tell her what's going on. All right. Thank you for your
I
time.
didn't hear what she was saying, did
She
you?
was informing him of the lien review
Oh,
process.
okay,
To get it done.
okay. Okay,
Madam Chair,
yes.
I've just been informed that case number 3, CEB 0725126, 146 Eagle Harbor Way is now in compliance as of August 13, 2025.
Okay. Case number 3, CEB 0725126, Faye Anetta and Michael Earl Mason is now in compliance as of 8/13/25. Okay. Case number 4, CEB 032560, Janice Hoover Estate at 365 Woodland Avenue. Mr. Stinson.
Good morning.
Is anyone here, Ms. Hoover, for her estate? Okay. Okay, Mr. Stinson.
Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Inspector of City. My qualifications are on file. This respondent was first notified on January 9, 2005. Since then, she has obtained the actual permit. However, this property is currently in probate, so she can't actually move until she gets the probate cleared up. She's emailed me her petition for administration. So I'd like to amend this case to the October cutoff. She took her time to get her probate together.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion to amend to the October meeting for property to come into compliance for case 4 CEB 03-25-60 Janice Hoover Estate at 365 Woodland Avenue. To bring the property into compliance or be returned to a proceeding before the Code Enforcement Board on 10/9 for consideration for a fine up to $1,000 a day.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Madam Chair, I'm sorry. That compliance date will be 10/1.
10/1, okay.
It says the meeting, so that's why I went with 10/9.
The meeting is on the 9th.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Stinson. Case number 5, Delbert D. and Karen Gale, 925 Nowell Street. Mr. Clegg, is there anyone here for case number 5? Okay. Mr. Clegg.
Yes, ma'am. Officer Clegg, my credentials are on file. Pertaining to 925 Niles, we were first notified on March 9th, 2025. Since the last hearing, I've had contact with the owner. One of the owners passed away last month. His daughter took over the property. There's been a little work being done in the outside storage. Some of it's been removed along with the trash. One junk vehicle was removed. Roof permit isn't in place since March 19th of 2025. No work's been done on the roof. City's recommending amend to the next cutoff for compliance.
Okay. Are there any questions? Do I have a motion?
I guess I'll make the motion. The order of previous noncompliance in case number is CEB 07-25-113 to be amended to allow the respondent Delbert and Carrie Ann Gale at 925 Nile Street come into compliance by the next cutoff, which is August 6th, or be returned to the proceeding meeting before the Code Enforcement Board.
That's September 6th.
September.
I'm sorry,
September 3rd.
9/3. Sorry, I'm looking at, I did my paper wrong. And to come before the Code Enforcement Board on 9/3 for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 a day.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Clegg. Okay. Case number 6, Gary F. Ford at 141 Pierce Avenue. Mr. Alford, would you please be sworn in?
Can you state your name for the record?
Gary Alfred,
Do you swear, I'm sorry, and your name, ma'am?
at 141 Pierce Avenue.
Thank you. And your name, ma'am?
Nicole Consolati.
Your last name is?
CONSOLAZIO.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, both of you.
Good morning, Inspector Quinn. My credentials are on file. This respondent was first notified on March 11th, 2025. Since the last hearing, Inspector Beanie has had contact with the owner's caseworker, Nicole. There has been some progress, and staff is recommending to amend this to the October cutoff.
Okay. Mr. Alford?
So,
Did you?
Yeah, do you have anything you would like to say?
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor. I have nothing to say.
Okay.
Luciana's going to speak for me.
Okay.
I'm his caseworker with Endeavors. Mr. Alfred has been awarded since the last time we were here to get his home completely reconstructed. The total amounting in $227,500, and I have the award letter here. So right now the time frame is kind of out of Mr. Alfred's hands with Transform 386 because all he could do is wait for it to be his turn. So that's really it on our side.
Okay.
Are you
Madam
still living in the
Secretary.
property?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I comply to all the requirements through Transform. I've signed all the documents. And everything.
Well, if it's bad enough to be redone for $227,000, I don't see how it could be safe for you to live there.
My bedroom is not in as a severe condition to where I can't live in it. And even though I've got buckets collecting water through the roof and everything, all my belongings and everything is still dry, so everything is still compliable.
Okay.
So as soon as they will deliver a pod as the next step and let him put all his belongings in there, and then Mr. Alfred will be moving out. And we're hoping that will be done within the next 4 months of time. So I'm praying that it's before another hurricane happens.
I have a question to the staff. So is it a safety hazard, the house, for him to live there?
This is Inspector Ron Beanie's case, and he's not here today, so I don't have all of the details. But he did leave me that he did have contact with Nicole, and that she's been very forthcoming about the remodel process and his application being approved and the work being started on the house.
Right, I understand that, but the question is the safety is the question.
I don't think it would be that bad if he's still in
Mr.
it.
Alfred has been living in those conditions for quite some time.
Okay.
And due to him only living off of
Right.
Social Security, it'd be very difficult for him
Right.
to be able to
From the previous trial, it was agreed for me to continue on living in home. And I haven't had any difficulties.
Okay, I have a second question, and my last question. Do we have a copy of the letter that she's?
That's what I was going to.
Okay, okay. thank you.
Madam Secretary, do you need a copy?
You can have this. This is a copy
Okay.
that I brought with me.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
take it. I
give
have
it
it.
to her. Thank you. Okay. So you're asking for the
October cutoff?
10, what is that? 10/6. Okay. Is there a motion?
I believe maybe we should go the 90 days because I don't think it's going to happen in 60.
No,
Yeah.
So I mean, what, there's no sense in them coming back in 2 months when,
At
So
that
is
point,
that
I
a-
won't have an additional document. This is the
Okay.
last document.
but maybe by
So-
November, you guys would
Ms.
have.
We'll
Roby?
have maybe some progress.
Yeah.
Is that a motion, or are you
Yeah, I'll
putting
make
in a
it a
motion for,
Second.
okay, the motion was for 11/5.
5.
Okay. So, Mr. Alford, you will stay in touch with Mr. Beanie, your inspector, and you will be back 11/5/25.
We have to vote on the
Okay.
motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's been moved and passed.
Just for the record, I know she's, but in the next hearing, for something happens, you give her authority to speak on your behalf, so we can have it on the record. Do you give her authority to speak on your behalf if you can't make it to the next hearing?
She's handling, the conditions with Mr. Beanie and everything.
So you do give her authority?
So,
It's just a formality for the record.
right, yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. There we are. Okay. Case number 7, Peter John Barnes and Joyce E. Evans at 746 South Palmetto Avenue. Again, Ms. Quinn for Mr. Beanie.
So the respondent was first notified on February 27th, 2025. Since the last hearing, Inspector Beanie has had no contact with the owner. There has been no progress, and staff is recommending a fine of $100 per day with a cap of $10,000.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that in the case of CEBO 725-119, Peter John Barnes and Joyce E. Evans at 746 South Palmetto Avenue, that we accept the city's recommendations to impose a $100 fine per day till they come into compliance, up to, how much was that?
$10,000.
Up to 10,000.
Did you say 100? Or
$100 a day, up to 10,000.
Okay.
And to come into compliance.
Can I just amend that to $15,000 a day?
Oh, okay.
To what?
Or 15K.
15,000.
The
should-
max.
The max is 15.
Okay, it's a,
So they would rent it, it is rented?
yeah,
No, it's vacant.
Vacant?
okay, but it is a rental.
Okay, so I made the motion.
Mr. Gonzalez, are you starting with today?
Starting today, yes.
Okay. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay. Case number 8, LJP Empire Properties LLC at 336 Hobart Avenue. Okay.
This respondent was first notified on December 3rd, 2024. Since the last hearing, Inspector Beanie has had no contact with the owner. There has been no progress, and staff is recommending a fine of $100 a day at a cap of $15,000.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make the motion that in the case of CEB 0525-95 LJBP Empire Property LLC at 3336 Hobart Avenue, that we accept the city's recommendation of levying $100 a day fine with a cap of $15,000 to start today. That's it.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Case number 9, CEB 012521, Willie Mae McCord Estate at 332 Dealey Street. Ms. Hattan.
Inspector Antani, code compliance, credentials are on file.
Is there any respondent present?
I don't think so. There's no one here. He was asking, was there a respondent? There's no one here. Okay.
Respondent was first notified on October 14th, 2024. Since the June hearing, I have had no contact with the owner, and there's been no progress. Last inspection was August 6th, 2025, and the result was non-compliance. Staff recommends a finding of $100 a day with a cap of $10,000.
Okay.
Is that 10 or 15?
10.
10.
So there are people living there.
Yes.
Do we know if it is the owner?
It's his family.
His family. Okay.
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 Is there a motion?
I'm concerned with the dilapidated roof and the boarded windows. I'm just worried about the safety of the.
So where they're staying, they did get that part of the roof fixed. It's just other areas of the roof that's not fixed.
Okay. But they did it, I guess, with no permit.
Well, the permit, it was very weird how they did it. They did sections permit for this roof.
Okay.
So the section where they're living, they have that.
Okay.
Other areas where they don't have a roof.
So you don't see a safety issue?
No.
Okay, what about the no identification numbers on the house?
Yes, they have put those up.
They put those up? Okay.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to, I hereby find the case number CEB 01-25-21, that the respondent for Willie Mae McCoy's estate, the approved list was found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance, therefore an order in the amount of $100 per day to start and continue today and each day until the fine has reached the amount of $10,000 or the property is brought into compliance.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Case number 10, CEB 0625103. William Warren Thompson Jr. at 307 Garden Street. Okay. Okay, would you please raise your hand?
Will you both state your name for the record?
William
Thompson.
Your name, sir?
Johnny Kelly.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Turner.
Respondent was first notified August 23rd, 2024. Since the June hearing, I have had contact with the owner and the permit has been issued and work has started. Last inspection was August 11th, 2025, and the result was non-compliance. Staff recommends we amend to the next cutoff.
Okay. Do you have anything you would like to say?
Yes, my funding was ahead with my problem, but I have applied to the county for the program 386.
Okay. Is there a motion or a question from the floor?
Well, I kind of have a question. You got the permit issued, but you're waiting on a group to come in and assist you, but you got the permit for the property?
Yes.
Did you put your identification numbers up on your house, for your house number? Or where it can be seen for 911 people?
Yes, I plan on doing that.
Okay, that needs to be done.
Done, yes.
Yeah.
I know.
So you say you're waiting on additional funding and you applied for the county, a county program?
Yes.
Can we get a copy once they do of the application to the county?
Once they do it, this is the
Right.
first time hearing it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll make a motion that in the case of CEB 0625-103, William Warren Thompson Jr. at 307 Garden Street, that we accept the city's recommendation to amend the case till the next cutoff, which is what date?
9/3.
9/3.
Okay. It has been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Mr. Thompson, you have until the next cutoff, but please today put the number of the house up. In case something happened, you will want evac to know your address, okay? Thank
It's
you.
one of those things that, you know,
Okay.
just slipped my mind. I got, you know, so much more on me.
Okay.
I definitely would get that done.
Okay, then. We'll see you next month. Thank you. Case number 11, CEB 0725116. Celeste Slater, Valinda Slater Johnson, Valinda Johnson, Shirley Johnson, Donnell Slater, Patricia Slater, Henry Lee Slater, and Cynthia Slater at 325 Fulton Street. Would you be sworn in, please?
Will you state your name for the record, sir?
Mr. Slater.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, which Slater are you?
I'm Henry.
Henry.
Okay. Ms. Attorney.
Respondent was first notified March 7th, 2025. Since the July hearing, I have had contact with the owner, and there's been some progress. Last inspection was August 11th, 2025, and the result was non-compliance. Staff recommends fines of $100 a day with a cap of $10,000.
Okay. And from last month, nothing has been done?
He's removed the outside storage.
Outside storage.
Oh, and the numbers on the house.
And the numbers on the house? Storage, identification.
And wasn't that blue fence an issue the last time?
It's still an issue.
Yeah,
today.
I spoke with Miss Michelle Tolliver, and she was going to, she told me that the city doesn't allocate money to do a survey, so I'm gonna actually have, since the house was built in 1927, and it's never been surveyed, I'm going to have to get a surveyor to do it, so I can know the exact position of my lot, north, south, east, and west. I thought that the city would have, being as the lot is directly behind the city lot, I thought that they did a, she said they may have done a boundary survey. The city might have done a boundary survey, so I did my research, and there was no boundary survey for the city, so I'm going to have to go ahead and get the survey done so I can straighten this issue out. But she said that once I get the survey done, that the city will come in and put a fence around the house completely. So she told me to just get back with her after I get the survey done of the property. Now, I'd like to purchase that property directly behind my house because it's only like a 45 feet.
Yeah, but we can't help you with that, Mr. Slater.
She did tell me to get back with her once I get it.
Okay, so, Mr. Attorney, let me ask, so we're saying that only two things happen, the outside storage and the house number?
And there's no more trash and debris.
Okay, so he eliminated the trash and the debris, okay.
Isn't there a fence behind that blue tarp?
That's the fence that is in question.
Yeah, that's the fence that
See,
needs.
Is it the tarp on the fence or the fact that there's a fence? Like, can't the tarp be removed? Can't you remove that tarp off the fence? Like,
Yeah, but see, it's a retractable fence, you know, you can actually take it down, but the lady at City Hall downstairs, she said that I'm definitely still gonna need to get a permit.
well, to put up a new fence. But the fence is there,
It's not permitted.
that tarp, oh, it's not permitted?
No.
Oh, okay.
Once, I got a question, but once I get the permit, for
What
that,
you,
I can always use that for my privacy area, right? I mean, I don't want people to.
That's a question for later.
Ms. Hatani, so in other words, it's a dilapidated fence under there. Okay,
Yes, we're talking about this back fence, and there's 2 fence in the front of the house as well.
Okay.
So it's a fence basically all around.
okay. What about the damaged roof?
He still has some damage on the soffit and just in the siding.
I fix the soffit.
So,
Okay. Are there any other questions?
I have a question. So the fence or retractable fence is going to have to be removed to put up a new fence that you're proposing down the road. Why can't you just take that tarp off and take that fence out for the aesthetic value that it would, and the permit problem, and the violation problem?
That's a good idea.
Okay, so you could have that done by the next cutoff date?
Have that done by next Friday.
Okay.
Okay.
Remove the fence.
Remove the tarp?
All right, that sounds
Mm-hmm.
reasonable,
when we mentioned that before, he said he had dogs.
but I got them contained now.
Okay.
Yeah, but they should be on a leash, so
Yeah.
you're
And I got
saying you're
permits
gonna
for it.
take down the fence,
Hey, and I do have permits for the dog.
fence, and
Because
tarp.
you got people running through there, running from the police, so, I'm actually doing the police department a favor.
Okay,
What was your recommendation again?
$100 a day with a cap of 10.
yeah. Is there a motion? Is there a motion? Is that a?
I make a motion that we give him until the next cutoff to take that fence down, right?
Okay.
Would that be acceptable to you, to remove that fence that's non-permitted?
That would be an option.
And then if it's
Not
not,
just that fence, the front fence, all the fence, and not
See,
talking
it's
about
all
that
of it.
fence.
okay, well, do you think that that's something you could do?
Yes, I can do it, but can you just go to the front fence? It seems like you want to have some kind, I could have some kind of privacy
Well, we just
within
need
my
a
property,
permit for
within
any
my property
fences.
bound.
Fence that you would like up, we just need a permit for that.
Okay.
So I'm talking about the fence on the left and right side and the back,
And
It's
the
a lot of
permit.
fence.
and the permit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I still think I'm doing the city of Daytona Beach Police Department a favor by having that fence there because
Okay.
you have vagrants, you have people running from the police. I know that's not a concern to you all, but still, I'm doing the city of Daytona Beach a favor for having that fence here. So they can't run through there, so once they try
Okay.
to run through there.
Were you gonna make a motion?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, for the one fence next to the truck, if I was you, I would straighten that up for right now.
Now that fence next to the truck, that belongs to somebody else, that's not my fence.
That's not your fence?
No, that's those people in that house fence. They tore that truck, they tore that fence
Need a
down. about
motion for
4
the
or 5
city.
years ago. That's not my fence. right there.
recommendation.
Coming.
Okay.
All right, I have a motion.
I have another question.
Yeah.
The green, I guess it's a shed, do you still have that paint that you could finish it?
Yeah.
Okay, could you?
I finished that. That's-
Oh, you have finished that, okay.
That's a picture from Monday,
No, that's,
It says
You
August
said That's
11th.
the picture from what?
Monday.
She said that's the picture from Monday.
Okay, sir, can you complete that paint?
sure, I can. That gotta be an old picture. It has to be, because I think I could, well, okay, maybe not.
Okay, and trash cans are not permissible to stay,
Okay, on the road.
right,
Okay, I still have a motion.
Okay.
okay.
Well, we had one motion. You want to second it? 'Cause
No,
No,
she didn't make
she
a
didn't make a
motion.
Oh, she just had,
No.
No, that's why I'm making a motion. In the case of CEB 07-25-116, with all the names that are there, that are Slaters, do I have to read them all, attorneys? No? Okay. Of 325 Fulton Street, I motion that we accept the city's recommendation of $100 a day with a cap of 10,000 to come into compliance by our next meeting or until they reach the $10,000.
Okay, is that 10 or 15?
She said
10?
To start today.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
What do I have
Okay.
to do now?
It
Hold
has
on,
been,
wait, hold on.
excuse me. You said. It has been moved in second. All in favor? Aye. Aye, okay. Mr. Slater, you have been fined $100 per day until this is corrected. But you need to stay in touch with Ms. Hatana.
Now,
Okay.
you're saying, in order for me to come in compliance, all I have to do is take the fence down in the back.
No,
Mr. Slater.
that's not what she's
Mr. Slater,
saying.
get with the
Yeah,
inspector
get with
after
her.
this, and she'll walk you through it.
Okay.
Make a note.
Okay. Case number 12, CEB 0725123, Sharon M. Johnson at 1105 Hillcrest Drive. Is there anyone here for Ms. Johnson? Okay, Ms. Hatana.
Inspector Tanny Code Compliance, credentials are on file. Respondent was first notified February 11th, 2025. Since the July hearing, I've had no contact with the owner. There's been no progress. Last inspection was August 13th, 2025, and the result was non-compliant. Staff recommends a finding of $100 a day with a cap of $10,000.
Okay.
Is it vacant?
Currently, is what I'm told. Thank you.
So shouldn't it be 15,000?
Well, the last person I was in was the family.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to find in case number
12.
CEB 0725123 that the respondent Sharon M. Johnson, who was previously found in noncompliance, remains in noncompliance, and therefore order a fine in the amount of $100 per day to commence on August 14th, 2025, and to continue each day thereafter until the fine has reached the amount of $10,000 or the property is brought into compliance.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
I just wanted to add, this property, the owner, Sharon Johnson, has the property under homestead, which is like $10,000.
So what now?
Which what?
It's homestead, the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. We will now have our new cases, and the new cases consist of two things. Either you're in compliance or not in compliance, okay? So our first case is case number 13, CEB 0825134, Leonard Blasso of 111 Nathan Hale Court. Is Mr. Blasso in? Okay. Mr. Clegg?
Yes, ma'am, pertaining to 111 Nathan Hale. This is a complaint generated case that opened on June 16th of 2025 for unmaintained yard, overgrown grass and weeds. First notice was signed for on June 23rd of 2025. Compliance was due on June 28th of 2025. Re-inspection on August 11th, 2025 shows no work being done. Staff's recommended finding non-compliance for compliance due by next cutoff.
Okay. Did anyone just come in for this case? I can't.
Mr. Blasso.
Mr.
with the
Blasso.
back there.
Oh,
Just kidding.
okay.
You're not Mr. Blasso?
No.
Leonard,
Okay. Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion. Hereby find the respondent Leonard Blasso in case number CEB 08-25-134 for the property at 111 Nathan Hale Court to be in non-compliance, and the order of the respondent to come into compliance by 9/3 or be returned to the hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on 9/11 for the consideration of a fine up to $1,000 per day.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Case number 14, CEB 0825153, Derica Eakin, 208 Bellevue Avenue. Okay. Okay.
Will you state your name to the record?
Deborah Eakin, Chance Leone.
Would you raise your right hand?
I'm sorry, sir. What's your name?
Chance Leone.
Chance Leone.
Chance Leone, Leoni.
Will you both raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony about providing the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Good morning. Inspector Quinn, my credentials are on file. This case was opened on May 2nd, 2025 as a field-generated case for holes in exterior wall, peeling paint, and missing grout. First notice was received May 7th, 2025. Compliance was due on June 10th, 2025. Last date of inspection on August 13th, 2025, and the result was non-compliance. Contact has been made with the owner. Staff recommends a finding of non-compliance with compliance by the next cutoff.
Are there Mr. Chance or Mr.
I lost my husband in 2023 to cancer. It took me almost a year to get control of the house. I had to go through probate to get control of the house. By 2024, I had control of the house in my name, with deeds and everything. By the end of 2024, I decided to put the house up for sale and move on with my life. Since then, all of a sudden now that I've had the house up for sale, now I have code enforcement on me. We never had any issue before with code enforcement. The house has been the condition it's in for a very long time. My husband was ailing for over a year with cancer. He had been sick with cancer for obviously a long time before his diagnosis.
Yeah.
So I'm in the midst of right now selling my house. I've had a lot of people interested in the house. But since this whole thing with code enforcement on me, as far as this, it's made my selling the house more difficult because people who are interested in my home are seeing that I'm actually going through proceedings with the city. So it's not helping me. It's actually hurting me. And I've been through enough by losing my husband. All I want to do is be able to sell my house and move on with my life.
Okay, but the violations will be on you. It's up to you to correct them before the sale.
Financially, I
But
can't
today
fix
is just your compliance and you're not in compliance. So, and you're,
Staff is recommending compliance by the next cutoff.
okay. Staff is recommending next cutoff.
I got a question. Where are the holes? Did you get
Holes in exterior paint, peeling paint, missing grout.
Holes in exterior wall.
It's a 102-year-old house.
Look, is that?
I also want to just state for the record, you're not here to be fined today. Today we're here to determine how much time is needed to fix it.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of superficial, very, very superficial, but unfortunately, I don't have the means financially, nor do I have anybody.
But she's recommending next month as a cutoff. We can't do anything about that.
She asked, where's the holes in the picture? Where's the holes?
So this is Inspector Ron Beanie's.
Oh, somebody, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So there's no pictures of the holes?
Okay. But this is not her case.
Right.
I understand, but there
It's
should be.
until next
I don't see the
cutoff.
peeling paint. Maybe a little bit on the eaves up there.
You see the peeling paint right there on the corner.
Yeah, because the picture should show what the damage is.
Well, the peeling paint is right there, so.
Okay, well, we see that.
And the missing grout, you can see.
The house is settling, it's 102 years old.
Okay.
Well, I understand, mine is almost 100.
I mean, I've
But,
mowed the lawn, I've taken
is
care of
there-
that, we've done what we can do, but like I said, I'm in the midst of selling the house. And
Is-
actually, because of this whole all this code enforcement stuff, people, potential buyers, know all about this. They know about.
Okay,
they
is there-
Getting offers
we-
$60,000 on my house.
We're aware of that, but we can't get into that
Right,
because
I
we
know.
can do
I get
nothing for
that.
it.
But I mean,
Okay,
it's just
is there a
maybe-
motion for the?
I have a
next
question.
cutoff?
So you can't paint the property? Paint the areas that are in question?
But if I paint it, then all of a sudden there's gonna be an issue. Well, that doesn't match that, then it doesn't.
Okay, but at
blend
least you
in,
would
then
make
there's
an
an issue.
attempt to be in compliance.
Right. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, if I'm gonna sit and paint the whole house.
Okay,
I'm selling the
this
house
is
as
for
is.
now, she's either compliance or non-compliance, and she's non-compliance. Can I
I'm
get
selling
a
the house as
motion,
is.
please?
I'll make a motion to find the respondent, Deborah Eakin, in case number CEB 0825153 for the property at 208 Bellevue Avenue to be in non-compliance and order the respondent to come into compliance by the next cutoff, which is
9/3.
9/3/2025, or be returned to a hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on 9/11/2025 for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 per day.
Second.
Yeah, okay, is all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. It's been motioned for next cutoff, so you can correct some of those by then. Thank you.
Work with him, as long as you're in communication with
Right.
him.
But I wrote the lawn, I know he wanted the lawn mowed, and I got that taken care of. But,
Yeah, if you talk to him, you guys can work.
Okay. Okay, next case, number
The rest of
15.
the day, stay safe.
CEB 0825140, Karen and Sliman Zogarevic. I'm messing you up, but 398 Gulf Boulevard.
Will you state your names for the record?
Yeah.
Nancy Koenig.
And Slyman Zoggy.
You said you're Nancy.
Koenig.
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 And
Slyman Zoggy.
Okay, will you both raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Stinson.
Morning, John Stinson, Code City, applications are on file. This case began as a tenant complaint. They were cited for raw sewage, pooling under the house, dilapidated rear deck, and handrails, damaged windows, walls, ceilings, peeling paint, damaged flooring, missing closet doors, infestation of insects, damaged plumbing fixtures, improperly installed plumbing, and damaged washer and dryer. My last inspection of the property was on 8 July 2025. The property remains in non-compliance. We're asking for an order of non-compliance and compliance by next cutoff.
Okay, would you like to say anything?
Yes, ma'am. So the tenants themselves, this is actually our property. We purchased this property after my wife was deployed. We lived in Miami. This was kind of our second place in Daytona Beach. My wife grew up here with the family that is making a complaint. So they actually took her in after her mother died, and these are her godbrother. This is her godbrother who, when he got kicked out of his house, they asked us to move into this property, and we coordinated with Ms. Koenig to allow to manage the property accordingly. They've been living there for 5 years. We've always taken care of any issues that have come up through Ms. Koenig, and she can speak more to that. I believe, it's very frustrating to us because this has basically severed our relationship with her family, that they've made these complaints without coming to us. And frankly, many of them were tenant-caused issues. We have proof of that, and we've submitted that most of these have already been taken care of. In this case, we'd like to go through them line by line if possible, because some of them were not clear.
The things that were taken care of, do you have them, Mr. Stinson?
No, I did not. Like I said, the last time I've had the opportunity to get to the interior of the property was on 8 July.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Since
Today,
then, I've only been able to view from the exterior right of way.
Okay. Today, you're just here to either you're in compliance or not in compliance. That's what we're here for today. So is there a motion?
Well, I want to hear the discussion on what's been done, and, I mean, I don't want to just give them non-compliance. I know they are, but I'd like
Yeah.
to see what needs to be done before they can come into compliance by next month. So, like he said, can we do the raw sewage pooling under the houses?
That was taken care of immediately, and that was a tenant issue. The
Partially city.
partially city and partially tenant caused. There was a city sewer tap inspection. The sewer was clogged from the city line to the property, and that was cleared. There was also blockage cleared by a licensed plumber, and it was noted in the invoices that plastics, female products, and strings were the cause of blockage.
Okay, do you have
So
that statement from the plumbing company to give to Mr. Stenson?
It's already in the record. He's been given everything. The last email sent was an update on June 15th, an update on everything that's been done. The tenant has vacated the property May 31st. It is vacant.
They've taken
Are you
on-
saying
They've
it's-
actually also brought on a lawyer, and they're in, we have insurance and legal, so we were not able to touch anything with the property now, and until just this past week, till we got clearance from insurance and.
Okay, can you make an appointment with Mr. Stenson that you can take him inside the house and he can verify these other incidents before it is re-rented?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The only two issues outstanding are the flooring and the tap. Everything else is.
Everything else is done in there, you're saying, except the flooring and what?
And
Deck.
the deck, the flooring, and the closet
And-
doors. There's 3 closet doors. Everything else is.
So the peeling paint is gone, you've painted,
Yeah.
infestation of
And the
insects?
deck.
We've never seen any infestation.
And
Has there been a pest control been in there?
Pardon me.
Has there been pest control into the house?
Not since the tenant vacated, because we haven't seen any evidence.
Well, it should, if it's a rental, it should still have at least
We're not
once a
required
year.
to provide pest control for the tenants.
The tenant lease and code does not
Okay.
require does not require us to do that.
Just,
Do you mind if I have a couple questions here?
yeah, you
So, we are not here to dispute the
discuss.
relationship. Under Florida law, we can't mess with your relationship with your tenant. We're not here to discuss who's at fault. We're here to get compliance. Because you're the owner of the property, we are citing you, not the tenant. So I get you're saying, per your lease, you're not required to, but you're cited for these violations, so it doesn't matter what your lease.
I understand that, but at the same time, what's being cited is the incorrect point. The point that's being cited is IPMC 309.3. Under code IPMC 309.2, pest elimination, the owner and the tenant have responsibilities as pertains to pest control. This was, and it was, the violations remain, well, sorry, that's what you wrote.
What
This was
are you
tenant
reading
responsibility.
from?
So per
The
the code, it
code.
was the wrong citation. The code specifically says that the tenant is responsible.
Okay, but again, audience, we are here today for compliance, or
Right.
non-compliance.
And we can certainly get
That's
pest
the
control
thing
in.
that we need to do. It's either corrected or it's not corrected. And even if one thing is not corrected, then it's not in compliance.
Right.
Okay? So he has asked for the next cutoff, and that's what you did? Didn't-
I did.
Okay. Okay. So Mr. Simpson asked for until next cutoff, so you can see that these things are done and bring proof of them. And I'm sure Mr. Simpson
And
will
since
check.
We have, getting a contractor in, getting these things done, you know, is not the easiest thing to get done.
I'll make the motion that in the case of CEB 08-25-140 Karen and Slyman Zakib at 398 Gulf Boulevard, be found in compliance as per the city's non-compliance, I'm sorry, non-compliance, as recommended by the city and that we review the case at the next cutoff.
Do you mind if I read just for the record?
Is-
Section he's saying is miscited.
Well, can we finish the motion first?
It's been moved
No,
and
please.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now, Madam, you were,
My apologies.
that's,
So, the IPMC section 305.1, it's the header that goes and addresses 305.3, which is what was cited. The header of this section states that every owner of a structure containing a room, house, housekeeping unit, hotel,
can you speak a little into the mic?
sorry.
I'm not hearing you
So
at
I won't
all.
read it because it's really long, but the overarching section of this says that, yes, occupants shall keep the structure that they occupy or control in a clean sanitary condition. But then the next sentence right after it says that every owner of a structure containing, and then it may have a whole list of things that they're responsible for. Tenants have to keep it clean, but if they don't, it's your responsibility.
Can you please read 309.2 and 309.3?
Yeah, 309.
We can schedule
Yeah.
something. We need to move on.
309.3 is the one that
With them,
specifically calls out that pest control.
What we're trying to say is this is not the time for this, okay? So I'm sure if you would like to wait, Mr. Stinson, and she could get in touch with you and really tell you what's what.
We just went on the
But
record.
thank you.
We just
Okay. Okay.
I can see clearly.
But he can, okay.
Sir, you have a laundry list of things, and it sounds from your testimony, some of these have been resolved. You need to get with the inspector and figure out what it is, and they'll just, will probably get much shorter, and then you can resolve those, and it's taken care of.
Okay, thank you. But please stay in touch with Mr. Stinson, your coder. Okay, our next case is Zoom. Case number 16 CEB 0825133. Zoran Lanoski, okay, of 437 Lockhart Street.
I'll get much shorter, and then you can resolve those.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Lazowski, can
The
you
recording is playing.
raise? Okay, our next case. Oh. Case number 16 CED 0825133. Zoran Lanoski. Of 437 Lockhart Street. It's a delay. Okay, so I'm delayed. Mr. Lasansky, would you please raise your hand and be sworn in to?
Will you state your name for the record, sir? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning, Sarah Kirk, Inspector of the City. My credentials on file.
Okay.
This is a citizen complaint that I received in September of 2024 for a damaged roof in Soffit. First
Okay.
notification was 10/8/2024. Compliance was due 11/8/2024. I conducted a site inspection yesterday, August 13th, 2025. Property is still in non-compliance. Staff's recommending a finding of non-compliance with compliance due next cutoff.
Okay. Sir, would you like to say anything? No, there's no sound.
We can't hear him.
Oh, now we hear you.
You can hear? Yes, sir, we can hear you. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
You can?
Staff's recommending
You gotta
finding
speak louder.
of non-compliance
Okay.
with compliance
It's-
due next cutoff.
I can.
It's recording what's already said. We've never had an issue
Sir,
with
would
this
you
before.
like to say anything?
Can I speak?
Go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to say, Sarah.
Sir, you need to turn your recording of the meeting down.
Oh, it says.
No, it happened before, so it's not anything he's doing. There's something with this system.
Okay. Just wanted to say,
Yeah, maybe he's got to speak up too.
Sir, can you repeat that? Can you start over and speak a little louder, please?
Oh, now we can't hear him at all.
So what do we do in a case like this? What do we do in a case like this?
Can I make a motion, we just do away with the Zoom call and put him on? I can't do this.
Okay.
Maybe try logging him off and logging back in.
Is this a problem on his end or
I think
our end?
it's this end, because it keeps repeating what we're saying.
So it's the city's recommendation that we continue this for the next hearing, set a compliance date next hearing.
Okay.
Because he was present, it's just technical, it's just due process for events. I've given him an opportunity to speak, but because of technical issues, he can't.
Does he understand
Mr.
that?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Repeat it again. Say it again.
Can you hear us now? Okay. We can hear you now, I think. Or you just
How about
want-
now? Is this okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, would you like to say anything? You're in non-compliance.
Yes, just to let you know that the property is currently under a pending sale with expected closing date of September 20. Just a minute, I can find out for sure.
I have a question. Does the pending sale?
924, sorry.
Does the pending sale, do they know that there's a code case pending?
I think so. I'm gonna confirm with them for sure. They know that the roof needs to be replaced. That was a condition that was explained very clearly. We spoke to a lot of different salespeople, so I'm not sure if these people know that there are a lot of them, but I can let them know immediately after this call that there's a pending code issue on it. But they certainly know that the roof needs to be replaced immediately.
Okay, but Mr. Lucinda, I want you to be aware that the responsibility is really on the homeowner in a case like this, okay?
Correct. So from my conversation with Sarah, she was very clear to me and said that once property has been sold, if the code complaint hasn't been solved before the sale, then the new owner and the owner are tracked on the code complaint until corrected.
Okay.
What's the
Sir,
city's?
my recollection that the purchaser you have an obligation to inform the purchaser.
So
Yes, sir.
we can't give you legal advice,
Yeah.
but it's a material effect to the home. The owner does have the right to know. When do you close?
The 24th of September.
Must have just got the contract.
That's the last day. It could be earlier, but that's the last day that was given to us.
Mr. Levizan, Lozanowski that the procedure that if he sells it after the property's found in non-compliance, then that at the next hearing, the new owner would be added to the case.
No.
And he also is aware that he's supposed to notify any buyer that there's an open code case.
So the property is still in non-compliance?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion in CEB 08-25-133 in the case of Zoran Lozowski at 437 Lockhart Street, that we accept the city's recommendation and find the property in non-compliance to come into compliance by our next
Cut off.
meeting,
9/3.
September 3rd.
9/3, or to face a fine up to $1,000 a day.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
May I ask something, a question about that, please?
Okay, just one
Just
moment,
wait.
please.
Sure,
There's a motion.
no problem.
Okay, it's been motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now, Mr. Goodus, you had a question?
Yes, ma'am. Is there any way to extend that to a little bit past the closing date? Just to ensure that we can find contractors and the new buyer can find contractors to sell that? Because we would love to be able to do that by the 3rd. I'm not sure if that's gonna be possible. Would love to do that, and the new buyer is interested in fixing it immediately. I'm just trying to get a little bit of time to ensure that it gets done.
What you can do is just stay in touch with Mrs. Kirk and let her know.
Yes.
Because we've already passed the motion for your next cutoff. Okay?
Okay.
So
I
stay
can
in
talk to
touch
Ms.
with
Kirk
Mrs.
afterwards.
Kirk on that. Thank you
Yes, ma'am.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Our next case is case number 17, CEB 0825156. Ernegert Zutalen at 542 Foot Court. Is anyone here for 542 Foot Court? Okay. Mrs. Kirk.
This is a citizen complaint for no permit for exterior lighting. First notification was 6/13/2025. Compliance was due 7/13/2025. I conducted a site visit yesterday, 8/13/25, and the property is still non-compliance. Staff is recommending a finding of non-compliance, compliance due next time.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I have a couple questions. Isn't this building on another code case?
I know there's been previous code cases with this building. So there was a new complaint came in about the exterior lighting being too bright. I can't measure it, but I can see that it was wired, so it would require an electrical permit, and there is not one. But there has been previous cases on this.
But we don't know if they've been solved.
I don't believe they have. I believe there's a lien.
There's always been no one showing up for this building in particular that I remember from it was something about extending to the property lines or something, not given the buffer zone.
Right.
Can the city step in and do something with these problem areas?
Well, I know that code has been extensively working on foot court, working diligently to resolve different complaints. But there's also only so much that, we can do. We can cite them for the violation. But we can't make them come into compliance.
Okay.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion that hereby find the respondent, Aaron Agert Zutai, in case number CEB 08-25-156 for the property at 542 Foot Court to be in non-compliance and the order the respondent to come into compliance by 9/1, next cutoff date, which will be returned to a hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on 9/11 for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 per day.
Second.
Cutoff date will be 9/3. Hearing will be on the 11th. Yes,
9/3,
yes,
sorry.
ma'am.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Case number Ca- You, okay. Case number 18, CEB 0825157, Susan Thackerdon, 547 Division Street. 547 Division Street. Okay, Mrs. Kirk.
This is a citizen complaint for defective exterior finishes, boarded windows in excess of 120 days, trash and debris. First notification was 2/26/25, compliance due 3/26/25. I conducted a site visit yesterday, 8/13/25, the property is still in non-compliance. Staff is recommending a finding of non-compliance with compliance due next cutoff.
Okay, the next cutoff, you said, okay.
Is it vacant?
It's supposed to be.
The citizen complaint didn't say that they saw, I guess, people going in and out.
Well,
And we're just-
you can see right there in my pictures, it was boarded. They were supposed to, they said they were gonna sell the property, but apparently there's a property line dispute. So, so they were boarding it until they sold it, but you can see that it's, people have gained entry again into the property.
Okay.
Can we, the city, go out and board it back up, make it so people can't get in?
Well, I was working with the owner to see, I mean, that's part of the code violation though, is that it's been boarded for more than 120 days, which is what is only allowed.
Okay.
So I'm trying to work with the property owner to do something with the property because it's definitely an eyesore.
And you've had contact with her then?
I've had contact with her son,
Okay.
and I thought he was going to attend today.
I'll go ahead and make the motion. I find the respondent, Susan Thackerdon, in case number CEB 08-25-157, for the property at 547 Division to be in non-compliance in order the respondent to come in compliance by 9/3 or be returned to a hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on 9/11 for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 a day.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Kirk. Our next case is Zoom. Mr. Butler, case number 19, CEB 0825135, 53 Nave LLC, 830 Berkshire Road. We have overgrown landscape and broken windows, okay.
Will you state your name for the record? I'm sorry. Will you state your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Ezra Staffy. I'm the sole member of 53.
Will you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Did you hear me, sir?
He said I do.
Okay, thank you.
We didn't hear it.
It was lip reading.
What's his name again?
Mr. Butler? Mr. Butler?
What?
I can't hear. I can't hear.
What are you saying?
You're gonna have to.
I can't hear her neither.
She's saying that Sunbiz has a different.
Well, the house is under an LLC.
This is under LLC, Naves LLC.
I was just repeating the name for you guys.
Oh.
Thank you.
What's his name?
It's not Naves, it's all here. It says Nave. And the secretary have his name. What was his
His
name,
name is
Madam
Ezra
Secretary?
Sumter-Heed. He's the sole owner of this LLC, according to Sunbiz.
You say his,
That's what he said. I was just.
okay, but I didn't hear you for some reason. Okay, you said the name was what now?
Ezra, I'm going to spell the last name for you, Safdieh. Apologies for mispronouncing the
Okay,
last name.
thank you. Okay, Mr. Butler, we'll hear from you.
Good morning. Inspector Butler, credentials on file with the City of Daytona Beach. As pertains to 830 Berkshire, this is a field-generated case. I conducted a site inspection on April the 1st, 2025, where it was determined the property had the following violations: overgrown landscaping, broken window, dilapidated roof, soffit and fascia, garbage and rubbish. The property was to be notified on May 29th, 2025. The property was to be in compliance on June 30th, 2025. The last date of reinspection was July 31st, 2025. Result of my reinspection was non-compliant. I've had contact with the property owner. Staff requests finding of non-compliance compliance by next cutoff.
Okay. Mr. Sadaka, do you have anything you would like us to know?
Yes, very much. First, Inspector Butler, I apologize. I noticed your most recent photo from 2 days ago. There's rubbish on the sidewalk. I actually made sure to have the grass cut by the end of last week, and he did not send me pictures from the street. And did not think there would be all rubbish there. I'm gonna get in touch with my landscaper because I don't think he just left all that rubbish there. I don't know who did that. I made sure to have everything cut before today. So the rubbish, I really, really do apologize for, and I will make sure that that's taken away. That's still there now. Yes, by the Red will work ahead. I don't know why that rubbish is over there. So I apologize for that. Mr. Butler and I met last week. I actually came for in Iowa to New Jersey. And the reason that the house has not been fully rehabilitated yet is because I hired a contractor who got a permit from Daytona Beach at the end of January 2025. And unfortunately, once we got our permit approved, I found out a lot of very, very negative things about this contractor. He was actually put on trial last month in July for defrauding Hurricane Ian victims. I can actually send a link in the chat to that article. When I saw Mr. Butler Roosevelt last Thursday, I told him about this, and he said, please tell the court this. They'll hear you out. He's a bad guy. So, long story short, I didn't do work with Daytona Construction and Remodeling. That was the name of the contractor. The permit I got with the city, which of course you guys could look up. I really have something now that I do like.
Okay, Mr. Sadek, if what we need to do, because you're coming in blurry, is you need to contact Mr. Butler and get with him. He have asked for an extension for the next cutoff. So within this time, please get with Mr. Butler, and then you can discuss what has been done and what happened, okay? Thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that in the case number 19 CEB 0820-25-135-53 Nave LLC at 830 Berkshire Road, that we find the property in non-compliance to come into compliance at our next cutoff date, or to face a fine of up to $1,000 a day.
Is there a second?
I do have a question. Is the house vacant or?
It's vacant.
It's vacant, okay.
Did someone say second?
I second.
Okay,
Yeah, she said.
it's been motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You have until next month, the 3rd. Would you please stay in touch with Mr. Butler?
It's third.
Okay. I
Yes,
can't.
question. Can you repeat the question?
It's $1,000 a day has been put into effect.
It can be up to $1,000 a day. You have not been fined, so get in touch with Mr. Butler, okay? Thank you.
Today
Okay.
was just to find your
Case.
property in compliance or not in compliance. You were found in non-compliance. At the next hearing, they will discuss whether a fine will be in place. You're not
Okay.
being fined today, like the Madam Chair said.
Okay. Case number 20, CEB 0825136. Odessa C. Williams at 1013 Continental Drive.
Will you state your name for the record?
Odisha Williams.
And the gentleman with you?
O.B. Williams.
Okay.
Will you both raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Butler.
As it pertains to 1013 Continental Drive, this is a field-generated case. I conducted a site inspection on April the 22nd, 2025, where it was determined the property had the following violations. Work without a permit driveway. The property was posted on May 29, 2025. The property was to be in compliance on June 29, 2025. The last date of reinspection was July 31st, 2025. The result of my reinspection was non-compliant. I've had contact with the property owner. Staff requests a finding of non-compliance compliance by next cutoff.
Okay. Mr. William, would you like to?
Yes. We hired a contractor to do this work. And subsequently, we found out that the contractor did not apply for a permit. So I went to the city. This is my daughter. I went to the city and kept inquiring. In fact, I sent Mr. Butler an email. Kept inquiring as to what I needed to do to take care of this issue. So the city was working with me. I was working with Mary Weisenbaker. And subsequently, since then, I don't know when Mr. Butler said he did his last inspection, but on 8/6/2025, the contractor, the city issued a permit subsequent to the fee being paid. The fee was $159.43. It was paid by the contractor on 8/6. The city issued a permit on 8/6, that same day, and I have brought with me an email that on August 7th, the next day, the contractor called in for an inspection. I don't know who inspected it, but it said that this is to notify you that all required inspections for R2506-206 have passed and your permit has been finalized.
Okay.
Great.
Have you provided copies to Mr. Butler?
I have personally, on several occasions, because the contractor did not do his job, and I intervened to make sure that this was taken care of. We did not ignore any of the notices that Mr. Roosevelt gave us, but it's been a very difficult situation, a stressful situation, dealing with a contractor who did not complete his job until the last minute.
Understood, but have you provided copies to Mr. Butler?
I assumed he had the copies.
I think I'd like to make a motion that we put this property in compliance.
Well, it would have to
let's
be
finish,
Mr. Butler.
I think the proper thing to do here would be to continue this case, since the inspector can put the property into compliance.
He's the only one. Who can.
And that way,
Just give him.
Mr. Butler can then coordinate with the owner or whoever and determine if in fact he is in compliance, and then the case is closed.
Okay, can we hear from Mr. Butler, please?
Okay, as the gentleman stated, when I first went to the property, I educated them that the contractor did not do his job. I spoke to the contractor on the phone, educated them on what they needed to do to get this issue resolved. I was just there meeting with your daughter, was here last week of the 31st, and I gave her the card, they had my information, and she said that you were working with the city. So as it states now, you got the permit issued by the new contractor that you got, and it's now finalized. So now it's in compliance. That's where I am.
But what I'm saying, you went out and it's now in compliance because, look, can I get an answer,
You
please?
can, it's in the system, it's confirmed. The
Okay.
property is now in compliance.
Okay, so this property is in compliance. Okay, Mr. Williams?
Good.
Thank you. And do we have to vote on it being in? Okay.
I don't see there's any action.
Okay.
Inspector said it's in
Mr. Williams,
compliance.
you are complete. You're in compliance. Thank you. Okay.
Very helpful.
Okay. Case number 21. Thank you. CEB 0825137, April Party at 1605 North Patrick Circle. Mr. Butler, please. Is anyone here from 1605 North Patrick Circle? Thank you. Okay.
As pertains to 1605 North Patrick Circle, this is a field-generated case. I conducted a site inspection on April the 10th, 2025, where it was determined the property had the following violations: dilapidated fencing, dilapidated doors, peeling paint, damaged fascia. The property was posted on May 29th, 2025. The property was to be in compliance on June 29th, 2025. Last date of reinspection was July 31st, 2025. The result of my reinspection was non-compliance. I've had contact with the property manager. Staff requested to find him non-compliance, compliance by next cutoff.
Okay. Are there a motion or any question?
No. I'll make the motion. Hereby find the respondent, April Prunty, in case number CEB 08-25-137 for the property at 1605 North Patrick Circle to be in non-compliance in order the respondent to come into compliance by 9/3 or be returned to a hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on 9/11 for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 a day.
Second. Okay, it's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Butler, case number 22, CEB 0825141, Preserve Rose LLC at 569 White Street. Ms. Hatani.
Please state your name for the record.
Yes, my name is Jean Fish. I'm the manager of President Rose.
Is it Jean Fish?
Yes.
You're the property manager?
No, a sole managing member.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Santana.
This case was opened May 2nd, 2025. A complaint generated a case for outside storage, unmaintained landscaping, dirt and grime, damaged roof and fascia. First notice was received May 15th, 2025. Compliance was due June 15th, 2025. Last inspection was August 13th, 2025, and the result was non-compliance. There has been contact with the owner. Staff recommends a finding of non-compliance with compliance due by next cutoff.
Okay. Ms. Fish, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Madam Chair, Ms. Hines, members of the board, and others, thank you so much. The property is not in compliance for the fascia. All other items have been completed. I was in contact with the owner of WKL Roofing, who has been contracted and the deposit has been paid to complete the fascia. He wasn't sure why it wasn't complete yet, but he assured me that it would be done by the 18th, and I'm not sure that I believe him, but I'd like to. It's a reputable company.
Okay. Okay, well, today is just for compliance and non-compliance.
So compliance.
And you're recommending next cutoff?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion, case number 22 CEB-08-25-141, Preserve Rose LLC at 569 White Street, that we find them in non-compliance, and review the case at our next cutoff date.
Okay. There a second?
I'll second.
Okay. It's been moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay. You have until next cutoff to let them know.
Is that the third?
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
Please stay in touch with Mrs. Atana.
I will. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Case number 23, CEB 08-25132, Francisco Peretta at 456 South Caroline Street. Okay.
Will you state your name for the record, ma'am?
Hello, I'm his wife, Luz Maria Peralta. The reason he had
Wait a minute.
present,
I need you to be sworn in. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We'll now hear from our code officer first. Okay.
This case was opened May 15th, 2024. A bill generated a case for outside storage, overgrown bushes, dirt and grime, damaged exterior walls, missing screens, damaged fascia, and gutter. First notice was received November 21st, 2024. Compliance was due December 21st, 2024. Last inspection was August 13th, 2025, and the result was non-compliance. There has been no contact with the owner. Staff recommends a finding of non-compliance with compliance due by next cutoff.
Okay. Would you like to?
I would like to say, my husband been arrested and he asking for like an extension because he's doing the part of the job of the house. So he's asking for more time because he's gonna be released soon to finish the job.
Okay, this is your husband doing work on the house. is
Yeah,
that-
I'm Luz Maria Peralta, the wife.
Okay. Well, today you're just here to either your compliance or non-compliance. And your compliance, your code officer has asked for a month, which is your next cutoff. So please stay in touch with Ms. Atana, and, you know, she'll let you know when the next meeting is. But it is 9/11. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
I was gonna ask Ms. Itani, do you think that we could give them maybe 60 days? Or
Well, I haven't spoken to them at all.
this is the first time you've seen them?
Yeah. So I would.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, is there a motion?
Well, I'd like to follow up on
I spoke to.
the
Jeff,
question.
and
I'd like to find out when would the husband be released, because that would play a part in 30 days or 60 days.
I don't think we
You don't
need
think
to
so?
get into that.
Okay.
You know, it's,
Okay.
you know, just,
All
okay.
right, well, just trying
Is
to get
there a
them all to-
motion?
I make a motion to find the respondent, Francisco Peralta, in case number CEB 0825132, for the property at 456 South Carolyn Street, to be in noncompliance, and order the respondent to come in compliance by September 3rd, 2025, next cutoff date, or be returned to a hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on September 11th, 2025, for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 per day.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Mrs. Peralta, you stay in touch with your code officer, please. If she have your card? Yeah, okay. Give her your card. Oh, okay, that'll be all. You have a month before you come back.
To win? A month?
A month, and you have to get these violations taken care of.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
If you need
Okay.
more time, talk to her, and
Okay.
explain why.
All right. Thank you.
Case number 24, CEB 0825154, Said Simbanjo at 1222 Peachtree Road. Okay, okay. Is anyone here? Okay, thank you.
Will you state your name for the record?
Yes, it's Sade Shinbenja.
Will you raise your right hand?
That's right.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Okay, we'll hear from our code officer first.
This case was opened April 25th, 2024. A field generated case for dirt and grime and damaged roof. First notice was received May 4th, 2024. Compliance was due June 4th, 2024. Last inspection was August 13th, and the result was non-compliance. There has been contact with the owner. Staff recommends finding non-compliance, compliance due by next cutoff.
Okay. Would you like to say anything? Okay.
Not necessarily, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Check to clear.
Okay.
It's supposed to be tomorrow.
Is there a motion?
Sure. I'll make the motion in the case of CEB 08-25-154, Sade Shenanbaho? Shambanjo. At 1222 Peachtree Road, that we find the property in non-compliance and revisit at our next meeting, our next cutoff, as to where at that point, if they're not in compliance, then we could start up to $1,000 a day fine.
Okay. Okay.
You too.
We need a second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Okay. Case number 25, CEB 0825142, John Gilbert and Jonathan P. Terraff, 716 Flora Street. Take your time.
Will you pull the microphone down for him?
Pull the mic.
Yeah. Will you state your name for the record? Okay, and your name, sir?
Jonathan Tarrant.
Okay, will you both raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Satanic?
This case was opened September 5th, 2024. A bill generated a case for overgrown landscaping, dirt and grime, and a dilapidated fence. First notice was received September 10th, 2024. Compliance is due October 10th, 2024. Last inspection was August 13th, 2025, and the result was non-compliance. There has been contact with the owner. Staff recommends finding of non-compliance with compliance due by next cutoff.
Okay. Mr. Tariff, do you have anything that you would like us to know?
Yeah, the pictures, I was just there with my children 4 days ago and we cut all the grass and maintained the yard. This gentleman was just diagnosed 8 months ago with stage 4 cancer in 3 places: blood, bone, and lung. So clearly he is not able to maintain the property. I've been doing so with my kids for quite some time. I actually didn't get this notice. It was taped to the gate about 2 weeks ago when I was by there to get the mail. And as you can see by the pictures, I did go back. We did cut the grass. As far as dirt and grime, there's no dirt and grime on the house. There hasn't been. Even when Mr. Gilbert was able to paint and maintain, which I believe he was asked to do so probably a year ago. And as you can see by the pictures, the house has been painted and it's clean.
Oh.
So I'm kind of confused. This young lady was out there, sorry.
Yeah, when was your last inspection, Mr.
It
Tariff?
was yesterday. The dirt and grime is on the north side of the house. If you flip through the pictures, you'll see it.
Okay. On the north side.
Keep going. Right there. You can see it on the fascia.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, you see what she's saying.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's, okay, so,
But the thing is, today you're just compliance or non-compliance, and as you can see, you're non-compliant. So you ask for next cutoff, which will be next month on the 9/3, which will be September the 3rd.
And where's the dilapidated fence? Is that?
It was in the front.
That-
It's this fence right here.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, can I say something? When I was there about 8-9 months ago, I brought a lot of big machinery to feek on and grind down the entire property. What the young lady here was calling weeds was not weeds, it was flowers. This man lived there for 50 years, planted a lot of plants. Because of this situation in my time, you know, being a business owner and raising kids, I went by there with my equipment and my guys, spent an entire day fecund and ground down the entire garden area. Not weeds, garden. Now it's weeds. It wasn't then. And this young lady showed me the pictures because I was at the property when you came by there the first time, when I was there working on the property with my guys. And you pointed out the gate. Now, we're looking at the gate right here. Is the gate perfect? It is not. But I go in and out of that gate when I'm at the property. I can find 10,000 properties within a stone's throw distance that have dilapidated fences, and that just, to me, it's keeping people out and keeping things out.
I know that. This was complaint driven or just,
No, it was bill generated.
okay, it was field generated. Okay, but as I said, today is just compliance or non-compliance.
Right. My
And
question is why is that gate non-compliant to a garden gate?
because looking at it, I think you can see rust and some more stuff on it. But we have it as non-compliant, so if you would, please, by next month, bring it into compliance.
So,
Yeah.
can I be clear then, so for this gentleman, for the property to be compliant, I need to remove the rust from the gate and clean up the fascia on the north side of the house.
So you can
It's
get with
right
the
here.
inspector.
Yeah, get with her, and she will instruct you as to what is needed to come into compliance, okay? Is there a motion?
Do you want to say?
Oh, I was gonna say, to save you time, Mr. Gilbert, is it?
Yeah.
To save him time, I know, he's sympathetic to his plight, so to
You know, he didn't have to come next hearing if he gives you authorization to speak on his behalf, but you're also the owner, right, Mr. Good?
I was put into this position to try and help and assist in his cause, yeah.
Okay, so if you're okay, he can come for you at the next hearing.
Okay, but isn't this, you're Jonathan? Okay, okay.
If you don't like need
Oh,
Turn it on.
okay. Can we get a motion?
I'll make the motion. Hereby find the respondent, John Gilbert and Jonathan Terrett, in case number CEB 08-25-142, for the property at 716 Flora Street to be in non-compliant and order the respondent to come in compliance by 9/3 or be returned to the hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on 9/11 for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 a day.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Mr. Taft, just keep in touch with Mrs. Tannen, she will let you know. Okay. Case number 26, CEB 0825143, Fannie Lawrence at 409 Ellsworth Street. Is there anyone here for 409 Ellsworth Street? Okay. Mr. Tannen.
This case was opened December 12th, 2024. A complaint generated case for overgrown landscaping, outside storage, damaged exterior and interior surfaces, parking, dilapidated fence, boarded windows, no screens, no identification numbers, damaged interior surfaces, trash and debris, plumbing, damaged light switches, no electrical faceplates, and block egress. First notice was received December 19th, 2024. Compliance was due January 19th, 2025. Last inspection was August 13th, 2025, and the result was non-compliance. There has been no contact with the owner. Staff recommends a finding of non-compliance with compliance due by next cutoff.
Can I ask a question? Because you're on top of everything. Whose cases were these that were over a year, almost
This
a year
is
old?
her case.
But it was yours in the beginning?
Yes, this case is actually going through probate, so that's kind of a held
Okay.
off of bringing it.
Has it, do you know if it's finished probate?
It is not.
Okay. So really, there's nothing we can do. All right, I'll make the motion that hereby find the respondent, Fannie Lawrence, in case number CEB 08-25-143 for the property at 409 Ellsworth Street to be in non-compliance and order the respondent to come into compliance by 9/3 or be returned to a hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on 9/11 for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 a day.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay. Case number 27, CEB 0825144, Evelyn Brown Carter and Jean Miley, 610 Berkshire Road. Okay, and you are Mr. Okay, Mr. Brown Carter, would you turn and be sworn in?
Your name, sir?
Daryl Brown,
Daryl, please, that D-A-R-R-L-Y?
D-A-H-R-Y-L-L.
Will you, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Okay. Okay, Mr. Brown, we're here for Ms. Hatana first here.
This case was opened April 11th, 2025. Bill generated case for vehicle parking, no permit. For the roof, no identification numbers, and damaged fascia and soffit. First notice was received April 21st, 2025. Compliance was due May 21st, 2025. Last inspection was August 13th, 2025, and the result was non-compliance. There has been contact with the owner. Staff recommends a finding of non-compliance with compliance due by next cutoff.
Okay. Ms. Brown, you have anything to say? That today is just you're either compliance or you're not in compliance.
I'm just waiting on the roofer. I am waiting on the roofer. I told her I have a hole like that. He's put me on hold.
Okay. Is there any questions or motion?
Do you have you put the identification numbers up on the house for emergency?
I was told again yesterday, and I'm sorry I didn't get time to get there.
Yeah,
get
that's
those on there.
important, Mr. Brown.
I get them.
Please.
I coach football also, so I'm busy this time, but I'll make sure I get them today.
Okay, and the
Yes.
vehicles, is it because they're commercial vehicles or?
He cannot have any commercial vehicles, and it's the side of his house, so he's not supposed to be parking on any part of the lawn.
I have a problem with that. I got a problem with that. And we had a very good talk yesterday for the first time.
But
That's the side of my house.
but we can't do anything about that today.
That's the side of my house. And like I told her, I pay $3,500 a year for taxes, and I can't park on the side.
I believe, Mr. Brown, your question for that is going to be downstairs. Yeah, go down and talk with them. But in the meantime, stay in touch with Ms. Iana.
We built a
asking
relationship
for
for
a
the
month.
first time yesterday.
Good. She's asking for a month for you to do it. So is there a motion?
I make a motion to find the respondent, Evelyn Brown Carter and Jean Miley, in case number CEB 0825144 for the property at 610 Berkshire Road to be in noncompliance, and order the respondent to come into compliance by September 3rd, 2025, or be returned to a hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on September 11th, 2025, for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 per day.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Mr. Brown, when you leave, go put the house numbers up. No, they're very important. If something happened, the emergency need to know the
They're on the
number.
mailbox.
Okay.
I'll put them on
Put one on the house. And stay in touch with Ms. Hatana.
I kind of like her now, so
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, next case is case 28. Case number 0825145, Jamal Bell at 545 Spruce Street. Okay,
My name is Richard Miller, property manager.
Richard Miller. In your relationship to
Property manager.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
He says property manager. Will you raise your right hand, sir? Do you affirm? I'm sorry. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
okay. We are here for Ms. Hatana.
This case was opened April 22nd, 2025. A failed generated case for outside storage, parking on the lawn, no permit, trash and debris, dilapidated fence, and junk vehicles. First notice was received May 7th, 2025. Compliance was due June 7th, 2025. Last inspection was August 13th, 2025, and the result was non-compliance. There has been contact with the owner. Staff recommends a finding of non-compliance with compliance due by next cutoff.
Everything has been dealt with except for, I believe, the RV. And those, because it had sustained damage in the last hurricane, half the roof came off and the panel, the electrical panel got damaged. So the motors aren't working right now. There's no electric can be hooked up to the RV. We're waiting on an electrician to come in to suck in the side.
But your code officer have asked for a month time, so
Okay.
please stay in touch with her,
But
and
everything
she'll
else-
instruct you as to what has to be done.
Did you
Okay.
get after the fact permit for the windows and fence?
We haven't done any work for the windows. That's another question I have. We haven't put any windows in. There was windows up against the fence, And they've been there for years. We ain't done no work at all. We ain't done no work at all on that.
Well, don't say that too many times.
Yeah.
She's talking about been sitting there forever.
Okay.
No permit lenders?
Yes, because we saw windows there,
Mhm.
so the work was going to be done to make sure we were getting our permit for that.
Oh, okay.
Are the windows gone?
Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. Everything's gone but the RV. Everything's been dealt with.
But all you have to do is get in touch with her and she'll come out and wipe that off. Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion in the case of CEB 0825-145 Jamal Bell at 545 Spruce Street, that we find the property in non-compliance and review it at our next cutoff. If it's not in compliance, we could levy up to $1,000 a day fine.
Okay. There a second?
I'll
Ms.
second.
Roby, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And Mr. Miller, I saw your face, you're not fine.
Yeah, I know. I
$1,000,
understand.
okay.
I understand.
Okay, thank you. Case number 29, CEB 0825147. Sybil M. Taylor, 160 Big Bend Drive. Mr. Vexelberg.
Close enough. Good morning.
Okay.
Inspector Wexelberg, City of Daytona Beach. My credentials are on file. This is involving the address at 160 Big Bend. First observed, staff observed on 14 May 2025. Violation of no identification numbers mounted on the front of the structure are visible from the public right of way, as well as overgrown grass. Property owner was notified June 24th with it due by July 24th. Last inspection was August 12th. I have had contact with them. The grass has been cut, and they are working on the numbers. However, we are still seeking a finding of non-compliance with compliance by the next cutoff.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Well, I'm just guessing this is in an HOA, or no? No?
It was, I don't think it is now, I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll make the motion. Hereby find the respondent, Sybil M. Taylor, in the case of CEB 0825-147 for the property at 160 Big Bend Drive to be in noncompliance and order the respondent to come in compliance by 9/3 or be returned to a hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on 9/11 for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 a day.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay. 9/3. Okay, case number 30, CEB 0825149, David J. Blassett at 1641 East Shangri-La Drive.
Okay.
Mr. Lechtenberg.
Once again, this is for the property address of 1641 East Shangri-La. This is what staff observed on the 25th of February for identification numbers not being mounted on the front of the structure visible from the public right of way. Property owner was notified on April 9th, was due by May 9th. Their last inspection was August 12th. I have had no contact with the property owners, and we're asking for non-compliance with compliance due by the next cutoff.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to find the respondent, David J. Blias, in case number CEB 0825149 for the property at 1641 East Shangri-La Drive to be in noncompliance, in order the respondent to come into compliance by September 3rd, 2025, or be returned to a hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on September 11th, 2025, for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 per day.
A second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Case number 31, CEB 0825150, Merriman Realty Group LLC at 521 Division Street.
Okay, this is for the property at 521 South Division. This case was generated as a call out by the Daytona Beach Police Department. It was first observed on 14 May for the violations of damaged fence, parking on the grass, sagging front entrance floor, deteriorated surfaces, front chimney, front stairs, broken window glass, screens missing, peeling paint, roof sagging, shingles missing, and circuit panel interior cover has been removed. Property owner was notified on May 20th. I did have contact with them and advised them that they had to take care of the life safety issue of the electrical panel first. To date, the last inspection was August 12th and remains in non-compliance. We're asking for non-compliance with the cutoff by the next cutoff.
Okay.
Is it owner occupied or?
It's tenant occupied.
Okay. But the tenant didn't complain anything?
No, originally it was called as a gas leak by the tenant, and the Daytona Beach Police and Fire came out, and police observed these issues and then called for it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion. Hereby find the respondent, Merriam Realty Group LLC, in the case number CEB 08-25-150 for the property at 521 Division Street to be in non-compliance in order the respondent to come into compliance by 9/3 or be returned to a hearing before the Code Enforcement Board on 9/11 for consideration of a fine up to $1,000 per day.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Case number 32, CEB 0825152, Michelle and Jeremy Johnson at 309 Georgetown Boulevard. Mr. Rexel.
Okay, this is for the property at 309 Georgetown. This was field observed on April 2nd, 2025 for identification number not mounted on the front of the structure and or visible from the public right of way. Property owner was notified on May 13th, 2025, and since then I've actually had contact this morning with a voicemail message, but it still remains non-compliant as of my site visit on August 12th. So we are asking for non-compliance with compliance due by the next cutoff.
Okay. Is there any questions or a motion?
I'll make a motion in the case of CEB 08-25-152, Michelle and Jeremy Johnson at 309 Georgetown Boulevard, that we find them in non-compliance to be reviewed at our next cutoff date, and if not in compliance, they could face up to $1,000 a day fine.
A second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Reckham. I'm gonna get it, it's gonna take me a while. We skipped something this morning and it was my fault, but I need to get an excuse for Mrs. Rodenbach.
Oh, I'll make the motion to excuse her.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, it's been motion and second to excuse Ms. Rodenbach.
I have a question before we adjourn. On these Zoom hearings, if they don't work the first couple minutes, I don't want to do it. They can either be rescheduled, or it's a convenience that the city gives them to not show up here.
Yeah.
And most time they're not in town, but they could be, and the backlash on that was just too much.
But he was working on trying to get it right. And the next big thing that I overlooked, although we were conversing earlier, is Mrs. Josephine Callis is our new board member. And we would really like to welcome you. And
You were
want
mentioning
to
that you were
stick
going to
with
try to
us.
put together like a class.
Okay.
You're going to need to actually have a vote on the excusing of Mrs.
She
Ford.
did, we did.
Did you vote?
Yeah, we voted.
Okay.
To excuse Miss Roderbach.
I have a
Okay.
question. When someone's has a lien and it's at maximum already, and now they have another case and we're imposing another lien, can they have multiple liens?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They
That's
did.
what, I mean, who would go and do something to find out what could be done? So these, I mean, I understand it's against the property, but the poor people that have to put up with these people in their neighborhood that do not care. I think the city should come in to find some other answer, like taking the property from the owners. Do something, somebody's gotta come up with some kind of answer.
Yeah, so some of the concerns you have, we have to, but the statute limits
Yeah.
what we can do. Mostly we can go in and safety and health issues immediately. If it's to remove a blight or something like that, it really takes a court order for us to actually go to court and seek a judgment from a judge to go out and do things like that.
So no one does that yet, no one from the
We
city?
have done it, and again, it's more of a authorization or order for us to go out and do it, but it returns. There's no real penalty for the property owner, you know, once we go out and do
Well,
that, so.
the reason I say this is I'm having my own issues with the state, and it's degrading the value of my home. And I understand what these people are going through that have these blighted homes in their neighborhood. And I think that it's only fair to the people who keep their house maintained and keep their yards in good condition, that they're bringing the values down of others in the neighborhood because of. So I just think the city, the commissioners or whoever needs to step up and either make a group up of city officials that can determine and go in front of these judges, because I know with the violations that people do nowadays, they get a slap on the wrist and they're back out and they do it again. So the only way to keep things going through the system is they keep getting in trouble, and finally one day some judge will put them down the, you know, for the criminal stuff. But the property values are something that somebody can take care of.
Ms. Robert, I'm with you, but I've learned another mechanism that can stir up a honest nest. It's your commissioner. If you
They
get
don't
on them.
answer. I tell you, I'm
Well,
gonna
you
go
need to
start knocking on
come, you
doors.
need to come right here like the lady did a few, months ago, and expose them.
Well, the
you've
problem
been
with that
calling,
is I talked with my issue and my personal issue. All they do is push the responsibility off to other people.
Yeah. But
I've had this, I've actually made a complaint in my neighborhood, and the house still looks atrocious. So you're saying the next is to come before the city commission
Yes.
and make a statement about that property?
yes, I've learned that you get more done when you come down here and blast than you do. If they don't answer you, they're your commissioners. Stay on them and come here and show them up.
Okay, because I mean, that is, I've
think
written
so.
numerous people in the city, commissioners
Okay.
from my district and others, and the two people that reached out to me weren't even my commissioners.
Usually, that's the way it goes.
We're still on the record, you know.
Yes.
We're
we
not
are.
discussing code enforcement board business at this point, really.
No, well,
Yes,
it
it
is
is.
properties.
It
I'm
is.
just asking, why can't
Well-
something be done with the people who
Yes,
are
it's
at their
code
max
business.
fine at their property that is hurting everybody in their neighborhood? So it is a code, to me, it is a code business.
Well,
Oh,
One of the things
there's
that,
limits on how far the city can go with things.
But somebody can go in front of a judge and get the city to either pay their fine, clean it up, or get it taken away.
well, one of the things that I see is that we're very lenient when it comes to
And
the liens and the fines,
yes.
right. So we have to look at us also in terms of what are we gonna do? Are we gonna continue if we have a $20,000 lien and ask them for $1,000?
Right.
Or
That's
what,
another problem.
yeah,
But
that's a problem
We
I
don't
have.
get to decide that, it's talked about with the.
No, you get, no,
But
you get to
you
decide
get-
that.
Right.
I tried to do the recommendation,
Right.
y'all turned that down. So the lien reviews come before you, you hear them, and we give you our recommendation like we do all other cases. But at the end of the day, we don't discuss prior to coming in with the respondent.
Well, that's
Right.
not what was
And-
happening with Captain Lee. because-
Right,
And,
yeah, I remember
well,
that,
And
yeah.
another thing that we do, you said we're lenient, but if the code officer recommends a $500 or $300
Right.
per day fine,
Right.
we backslide it.
Yeah.
We'll say,
Right.
no, oh, that's too much.
Yeah.
Well, they're just
So-
gonna reach their maximum faster. The
Right.
problem is, no one cares about the maximum.
Right.
Once it gets there. They don't, what are you
Right.
gonna do to me?
Yeah.
My
Right.
house, my property's at the maximum, I don't care, I'm gonna keep doing what I do.
Right.
And so, well, I'm gonna start on these lien reviews, I'm gonna start going.
We need to do it. Although we get recommendations from the staff, going back to the statute, the statute gives us the responsibility
Yes.
to determine
Well, that's what I
what's
was
gonna be.
saying.
We just recommend
Right,
what we feel
correct.
based
Yeah.
on
Right,
the
right.
effort and time that
Right.
we put into a case.
Right.
And sometimes they have certain circumstances
Right.
that you may not be aware of.
Yeah.
So we take all that stuff into account.
Right.
So when we come with a recommendation,
Right,
that's where it's coming from.
I understand that.
Yeah, so, but once we give you that,
yeah,
you can go up, go down. go
right,
with-
exactly.
it's
Yeah,
fine.
we have the final
Because before,
decision.
we were told that you all meet with the respondent, you decide, when Captain Lee was here, I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
We never.
That was
met
an
with the
issue.
respondent
That was an
whole
issue.
board Because it was declined.
Right,
What
We
I-
met with the respondent for the 2 magistrate hearings.
right.
What I went into a meeting was, and I thought it would be helpful to us, just like today, we were supposed to say compliance and non-compliance. There was nothing we were to find.
Right.
They wanted to go in and work out something with especially the lien holders and bring it before us, but we still have the final decision as to whether we go along with what they brought in or what we decide. So it was still with us, and we had all the
Right. The
record.
question I had, Denzel, about the state statute, when it comes to the safety or, dilapidating homes, which we are letting them slide, we're saying, okay, you can stay in there just because you say your side is safe. Does the state have any specific guidelines as to how to deal with that? Because the way I see it, if we make a decision that it's partially safe to stay there, and then something happens to them, they can come back and say, oh, but y'all said it was safe.
Correct. I don't believe the gentleman was able to articulate exactly
Right.
what he was trying to say.
Yeah,
What was dilapidated, and we use that term because it wasn't in good repair,
Right,
was the
right.
front porch. And it was just a couple of rotten boards.
Right,
You
right.
can see that from
right,
the,
right.
the pictures.
Yeah.
So-
The gentleman that was living in his bedroom, his
Right.
house is gonna be demolished and they're gonna rebuild.
Correct.
his home.
Right,
Just because he thinks he's safe,
right.
doesn't mean he really is.
No, again, you have to
Yeah, but-
remember that the inspector had been out
Yeah.
there. So again, when he said dilapidated, he was just only talking about the porch and some of the rotten wood. Now, the roof, he had leaks on his roof, he talked about catching them in buckets,
Right, right.
things of that nature, but everything else was dry around him. We would not just bring him and let him stay there if we felt it was unsafe. We'd get in touch with permits and licensing, get the combination inspector out, and go ahead and do a full inspection.
That's why I'm asking if
Yeah,
there's any
so-
specific out.
He was fine.
Okay, all right. So I'm in the process of putting together a manual for the board. I will make sure I address this in depth, so we kind of give like a little bit of the options. I can't go into it right now because it's so much complicated, so many different things that can happen. There's situations where we can foreclose on a home, situations where we can't. It's not in court order, but there's a lot at play, so
I will make sure I detail this in the manual that I'm creating for the board. If you have any specific questions or anything that you find confusing that you want me to include in the manual, email me. But it's, like Jensel said, when it comes to just fixing a problem, we can do that immediately if it's a safety or health concern. The board can also will make that order. But when it comes to actually taking property, it's really complicated because we have to take a constitutional Fourth Amendment takings. And if it's a homestead, it becomes more complicated. So it's not as easy as yes or no. It's maybe it depends, kind of a lawyer answer, I know, but I can outline that in the manual for you to tell you when it's something we can and can't do.
Well, some of them may also rise to the level of being condemned.
Yes.
Because they're no longer habitable.
Yeah, and
that happens rarely.
But I do know that most times they said dilapidated, or anytime they are going to rebuild a house, they will say dilapidated or condemned, or it doesn't. I've seen the people still in the houses that they've torn down. So if they qualify, especially the seniors, then they do that. They really do. Tear the house down and rebuild another one on the same site. So, but I understand what you're saying, and that fight has been brought up in commission meetings before.
They
Problem.
need to, somebody needs to do something.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Okay, if that's all, well,